Yo, YouTubers. I love this microphone. I love this microphone because it allows me to talk very quietly. I can talk very quietly because it's getting late. And I don't want the freedom police to be on to me for talking my mind, speaking my mind. But this is great, man. I can talk really low and I can be heard. Right. No one's watching and they don't have to because it's getting late. Okay. But we're on anyway. Okay, another quick speech, guys. Another one. And hopefully I can share some images and show something to you folks that's quite a bit of an eye-opener, right? Oh, we've got two watching already. Okay, two tuned in. How you doing out there? All right, everything's cool. I take it you can hear me. My mic levels seem okay. Okay, we'll get straight into it, right? Well, let's just scroll down in case anyone's put any comments. No comments, but it's okay, guys. No one has to communicate. It's cool. But yeah, I'm back as promised. I just had a couple of pieces of Marmite on toast. I'm feeling groovy. Alright, this speech. Now, I don't know, I've never done this. I haven't done this for a long time, you know, where I share Google images, Google Maps images online while I'm on YouTube. I don't know if it's allowed or whatever, so we're going to go do a little discovery and see if we can share some images of Google, right? Okay, the point of this speech is, right, I'm going to show you something quite interesting, folks, to do with Liverpool, right? I don't know how many people are aware of this, right? Now, before we go any further, right, like a little bit of a disclaimer, everything I say in this little speech, what I'm talking about, the points I'm making, I'll be mentioning, you know, the university in Liverpool, John Moores, right? You know, it's called John Moores University in Liverpool, right? And they've got their own medical, they've got a medical centre in Liverpool city centre, right? Just outside the city centre. And it's medical research, it's a centre for medical research, right? And they're supposed to be discovering groundbreaking medicines and things like that for us all. You know, we've just got this business that's just happened now, haven't we, right? I won't mention the C word, right? We all know something's going down, and there doesn't seem to be any antidotes or any, you know, what they call it, vaccines or whatever. Where's all this medical research going, guys? You know, right? Okay, now before I go any further, right, this speech in no way, right, I've got nothing against John Moore. You know the man John Moore, right? In fact, I'll actually speak up on his behalf and say, you know, for a rich guy, he was a multi-millionaire, right? I don't know about multi-millionaire, but he was a millionaire, right? Sir John Moore, if you want to check him out, Sir John Moore, right? He's responsible for Littlewood's catalogues and stuff like that, right? And I always knew that John Moore, right, was a really good man, right? And because he came from a kind of humble background and he worked his way up and he made his fortune, right, he always saved Liverpool as a city, and he done loads of little things. Like I say, the John Moore University, in the first place, it's John Moore's work, and it's dedicated to the city and all that. He put loads of time and effort into Liverpool Football Club. As far as I know, I think it was Liverpool. He was actually a supporter, right? He was heavily into Liverpool, actually, right? And he's a good guy, right? He's one of the few people on this planet who you can say they were a millionaire and stuff like that, right? And he put stuff back into the city, right? So what I'm about to say is in no way, I'm not trying to be no disrespect to John Moore himself. He's not actually anything to do with this, right? When I say the John Moore University or the Medical Research Centre, it's only to do with the place and current environment, right? All after John Moore passed on, right? He's on the other side now, right? But like, I've got absolute respect for that guy. I think he's one of the greatest ambassadors for Liverpool. Brilliant example of a guy who got rich and he didn't lose his bearings on where he came from, and he put money into the city. And you know, without Littlewood's catalogue, guys, you know, when we were kids, we probably wouldn't have had shoes to wear in school. We wouldn't have had no clothes in the winter, no nice warm coats. Because my mum was always skinned, because of our circumstances. I mean, you know, my dad was kind of like, he had a, you know, he couldn't help it, like, but he had a bit of a habit, you know. But there was no money, right? And without Liverpool, without John Moore's catalogue, you know, Littlewood's catalogue, man, I can't imagine. We wouldn't have had toys for Christmas. We wouldn't have had clothes to wear for school or whatever. Oh man, we literally relied on it. And everyone in Merseyside who were like poor, the Wirral, Liverpool included, you know, without John Moore, I think it would have been a very bleak. It was bleak enough as it was in the 70s, growing up in the 70s with our dads being out of work and stuff like that, right? But with John Moore, without John Moore, it would have been much bleaker, right? So I'd like that, a salute. He's one of the rich guys on this planet, one of the richest guys on the planet, kind of thing in our vicinity. And I always knew he was a good guy, you know what I mean? And when you read about him, he always states that when he was younger, he remembers when he was struggling, so he always cared about the people of Liverpool who were poor, right? Great fella, God bless him wherever he is. John Moore, brilliant fella, right? Okay, back to the subject matter. The John Moores, I've got to say the words, but it's got nothing to do with the guy, you know, this is all after he's passed on, right? The Medical Research Centre in Liverpool. And what I'm going to show you something really interesting about that place, right, guys? Right? Someone once told me, right? You know, when I was getting sort of interested in the weed thing, right? Now, I don't want to be taken as being like a sort of representative for stoners and potheads and hippies, okay, guys? I'm speaking on behalf of, I could be talking on behalf of hemp, okay, and all the medicinal. Look what's happened today. Look what's happened in this current environment, right, guys? You can go to Holland and Barrett and you can buy cannabis oil, resin, refined, perfect, crystal, clean, basically cannabis oil, right? That you can admit. I don't need it, you see. I know it benefits. I got some from my brother who has like headaches and what do you call it, migraines and stuff, right? And I got him a little bottle, just a little bottle like that of the oil from Holland and Barrett, which was like 10 quid or something. It should have been 20 quid. Think about it, guys, £20 for a little bottle like that of cannabis oil. That if it wasn't illegal, right, we could be making it ourselves. Okay, do you understand, right, guys? This has nothing to do with the stoners environment. It's nothing to do with the weed head thing. It's about medicine, right, guys? And I'm being serious. I know a lot of people use weed as an excuse and go, medicine, and they just want to be dealers or potheads, you know what I mean? I'm talking about medicine for real, right? Now, how many people are raving on about what cannabis oil is doing for them, man? There's a blues girl singer on YouTube. I can't remember her name. She's a brilliant singer. She's like a famous singer in America. She had all kinds of problems, bipolar, all kinds of stuff. Cannabis oils solved it for her, and she said she doesn't like. She's in America where she can use the oils that's got the THC in it, right? She can actually use the stuff that's got THC in legally, and no one's gonna say anything. But she chooses by choice to get the just CBD, the CBD oil that's got no THC in it, so she's not getting any stony effects or nothing like that. She swears that it's like a miracle. It's cured her bipolar, her depression and everything. Just cannabis oil, guys, right? When I bought my brother the little bottle, he said his headaches were disappearing. And you just put droplets on the bottom of your tongue. You lift your tongue up, you go, with a little droplet, and it goes into your body and gets rid of headaches. That's how amazing this stuff is, okay? We're not talking stoner here. We're talking like medicine, right? Now, this is why I'm arguing about it. It's illegal, right? And it's wrong, right? By now, we should have got caught up to the rest of the world in thinking that, like, it should not be a crime, right? Even if you want to be a stoner and a hippie, you shouldn't be deemed a criminal, right? Okay? But for me, someone like me who's really curious about sussing out medicine, by my own free will, that's my own, like, it's something I was always interested in, right? Just like when I was younger, I was kind of like, I was always curious about how to heal people, you know what I mean? Like, I got into the North American Indian business for the same reason, you know what I mean? I was thinking, wow, wouldn't it be great to be able to heal people if without going to the doctors and stuff, right? So anyway, I found out by trial and error that, like, man, you know, like, say we smoke loads of weed in a bong and we gather oils, and it's obviously got, like, THC and that kind of oil, right? You can extract it clean from just hemp, can't you, right? But anyway, you scrape like oils from a bong, and it might have the THC, and it doesn't matter. But you know them blobs of black oil you get from cannabis, you put it in a little plastic capsule or whatever and swallow it. It's gonna do your body the world of good. It's amazing stuff, right? But they won't let us do it for ourselves, will they? They won't let us make that kind of stuff, right? And here's my main argument, right? The Queen is the figurehead of Canada, isn't she, right? Why have they legalised cannabis in Canada, right? Which is, the Queen is the figurehead of Canada, the Commonwealth, right? It's probably like Australia and New Zealand or whatever. How is it that Canada, which is a big, quite a big landmass, isn't it, right? How is it being legalised in Canada, right? Which is, the Queen's head is on their coins, right? As Jesus once said to the people, whose head is it on this coin, right? Right. That's her head's on the Canadian money, right? She shouldn't be there because it's Indian land, isn't it, right? For the starters, they're taking the piss in the first place, aren't they? You know, having that kind of foothold, right? How come they're legalising it in Canada and they can't legalise it on a tiny little island called England? You know, the little area of Britain or called England that we all live in. Why can't that little tiny bit of land, including Wales and Scotland or whatever, all under the Queen, remember? Why can't they legalise it here if they can legalise it in Canada, right, guys? And I'm like I say, I'm not talking on behalf of being a stoner here, guys. I'm talking on behalf of medical research. Getting back to, it's great being able to whisper into the microphone and it's clear. I checked the video back before and it was in both speakers and it sounds really clear, doesn't it, this microphone? It's good, like. So I can kind of whisper as well, you see, you know what I mean? This room, there's no wallpaper, there's no carpet. It's like being in an echo chamber, you know what I mean? So, I'm wondering, why on earth is Canada legalising cannabis, and here in England we're still criminals if we have, you know, I'll be honest, guys, I attempted to grow a plant for research, guys, right? I'm going to say this openly on camera because people were spying on me. I did it to see if people were watching me, right, guys? I put a seed in soil, right? I started planting. I paid some money for these, you know, it was like quite a decent strain, if you know what I mean. And I'd never tried the strain, and all I was going to do was grow the seed, right? And put it on my windowsill and grow it naturally, put it on my veranda and grow it naturally and bring it in the night and just let the sunlight grow it, you know, because I started it in January or whatever, and I thought, it's just one little plant to think about, guys. One little plant. I'm not trying to be a dealer. I'm not trying to think of taking over the town. I'm not actually thinking of being a stoner even. Like, I'm thinking, I want to make my own oils. I'm fed up with this business. I've tried the oils themselves and they can benefit me, but I don't need them, if you know what I mean. My metabolism, I eat certain foods and whatever, I take certain things. So it makes it so I'm in the category where I don't necessarily need CBD or cannabis products, you know what I mean? I'm okay without it, right? But while I'm at it, I'm sort of researching it, if you know what I mean. It's just what, you know, who's that man? A Green mate had Fico oil. It was actually cheaper than strong CBD and helped me loads with illness. I can't get it anymore, sadly. Wow, see, that's Martinez. That's a new person just joined us there. Someone's put a comment. Fico oil, FECO oil. You can probably read the comments while I'm on, actually. So yeah, it's amazing stuff, guys. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm 55 years old. I've done my bit. I've done my chilling out, tripping. Oh man, I've been off my head. You know what I mean? I've done everything. I've done too much acid with it. That's what gave me my psychosis, right, guys? I've done all that business. I've done all that, like, you know, the hippie thing and all that, right? I'm past all that, man. You know what I mean? I'm matured, but I'm seriously think that the Queen, it's legalised in America. It's legalised in Canada. It's legalised in Portugal and other countries in it, somewhere like that, right? Why are they holding back? They don't want us to be able to heal ourselves, do they, folks, right? You know what I mean? We've got, like, it kills cancer. It kills cancer cells. It actually zaps cancer, like, as if they're, like, not there. You know, it's like, pew! But you have to do it early, don't you? You have to find the symptoms early or whatever to nail it, like, right? So, right, which brings me back to the John Moore Medical Research Centre, right, folks? I've done my little bit where I've sussed out, I've learned by my own trial and error, you know, that the oil is amazing. So while I was here, right, I did a little experiment, right, guys. I thought, I won't say nothing or tell anyone. I'll plant a seed, right? It could have been a hemp seed. A seed is a seed, isn't it, guys? A plant is a plant, right? But because it's not hemp, it's got CBD in it, THC in it. That gives the Queen the right to send men to knock on my door and take me out to a police station because of a plant, right? While in Canada, where their head is on that coin, it's legal. I think we've got a brilliant argument, right? But you know what happened? I put the seed in the thing, and I was just like, I was letting it. I was using like a little tiny light to start it off, you know, like a little tiny. I wasn't using any major gear or nothing, you know what I mean? I wasn't trying to be, you know, like a big Mr. Big or nothing, you know. And I thought, let's see if anyone's watching me, like, you know, if it's getting any kind of like vibes as if I'm being watched. There's no cameras inside our flats, right? There's cameras everywhere. There's cameras outside my front door. There's cameras on the hallway. There's cameras in the lifts. There's cameras in the stairwell. So we can't do nothing outside the flat without being seen by security and stuff, like, guys, yeah. Now, obviously, we've got nothing to worry about. We're not doing anything wrong, right? But I'm inside my flat, right? And I'll be honest, I did actually plant a seed, right? And thinking, oh, you know, I paid for a plant pot, soil, everything, just to do an experiment, you know what I mean? And as soon as the plant was coming up and all that kind of stuff, and it was, you know, popping through the soil and that, right? I started feeling like, you know, the members of staff in the block were watching me, you know, as if to say, we're watching you, you know, you better, like, you know. And I was thinking, I can't believe it. And these people, I've spoke to them, they've got mates who smoke weed and everything, like, you know, the people who work here have got friends who smoke weed and stuff and go on holiday to fucking, oh no, I swore. I said a naughty word. They go to Spain or they go to like Turkey and like places like that to get stoned abroad, you know what I mean? Yeah, here, right, they kick off on me over a seed, guys, right? So I felt the presence immediately. I felt Big Brother watching me on my shoulder, and I was like, I'll just keep doing it, right? Because if I knew they were coming or I was going to have any trouble, I can get rid of it dead quick, you know what I mean? You know, it's the only one plant, you know what I mean? But my experiment was to see if they were watching me, you know what I mean? Or someone was watching me, right? And then I thought, I'll just ignore it. I'm getting paranoid. I have paranoid psychosis, right, guys? Thinking, these guys are watching me. And, or maybe I'm imagining it, like, why's my headset going on and nothing left? I thought, I'm sure they're watching me, you know what I mean? It's like, they wouldn't do me heading over one little plant, would they? You know, if I set up like big grow lights and everything, I can, you know, a tent and all that, like, yeah, okay, I'll hold my hands up and, you know, guilty as charged, right? But I was only going to stick it on the windowsill, put it in my cupboard, stick it on the windowsill, you know, while the summer was just starting. I planned it all for the summer and everything, you know what I mean? And then at the end of it, we'd have a little treat of finding out, like, what the strain was like and if it was good for medicine, okay? Yeah, man, whatever, man. Right. Then I got a letter through my letterbox, like, and you know what, guys, right? If any of you have grown a plant, right, you know that it doesn't stink until all the flowers start coming off it and everything, don't they? You know what I mean? Let's just check this socket. Right. Okay. Yeah. Still in 2 years. Right. You know, there's no smell. There's no smell comes from them, is there? You know what I mean? Unless, like, it's like booming, like budding plant. And it's like a particularly strong strain, or you feed it. And that's another golden rule I tell people. Don't put food in them. Keep them pure, right? But feed them with spring water, right? Make the effort. Don't use tap water. If any guys are watching this, right, and you're into growing your own weed or whatever, this is my discovery. I discovered this years ago in another property, you know what I mean, while I was doing my medical research. Spring water, guys. Bottles of spring water. Pay the money for spring water. Good quality spring water as well, like Buxton's or something, or Perrier or something, right? Feed your plants with spring water. They will be so happy with you, you won't believe it, like. Seriously, guys, it's a discovery of mine. I don't even use tap water whenever I was doing it, you know, whenever I tried doing it, like, no tap water, you know what I mean? And our water's not fluoridated here, you see. But anyway, I got this feeling I was being watched. I was thinking, oh man, they wouldn't kick off on me over this, would they? And next thing I got a letter through my letterbox saying, we can smell, someone has reported that there's a strong smell of cannabis on your floor. And if things aren't done soon, we will be sending the police to your property, right? They actually threatened to send the police, right? You couldn't smell my plant, right? But on this floor, someone on this floor outside here, right, was like, it's like they knew what I was doing. So they were putting like strong weed in their flats, so it did stink the whole floor out, and it was their stuff, not mine, that was making the staff, you know, like giving them an excuse to kick off on me, you know what I mean? Because the hallway did stink, but it was nothing to do with me. It was someone else's weed, right? There's other people in this block. You get in the lift, I get in the elevator in this block after someone's just walked out, and it stinks of weed, you know what I mean? I don't complain, I don't go to the janitor and go, me. Some man went past and he could smell cannabis on him. I actually scored a weed in this block of flats, right, when I used to live in another, you know, I used to live over there, this is a good few years back, right, in another block of flats, and I used to come into this block to get a block of weed, right, and the guy who sold me weed, and he still lives here, man, he doesn't even know, it's like he doesn't know that I know. He actually phoned the police. He sold me weed, right? Then we went downstairs and he picked the phone up. There was like a public phone downstairs. He pretended to make a phone call, right? He actually phoned someone. And then we walked outside and there was a police car ready to search me. He didn't have any weed on me. I did. Obviously he knows I've got weed on me because he just sold it to me. He got me arrested. He actually got me arrested in this block, right? A guy who sells it himself. That proves he's an informant, doesn't it, guys? You know what I mean? He's an informant. He's got to be an informant, hasn't he? And the police do them favours and they say, we'll allow you to deal and everything, like, but if you can catch anyone for us, you tell us, like, you know. He got me nicked. Do you know what I mean? For £15 worth of cannabis. While I was doing my medical research. Right. So I've learned the hard way. I've been busted twice and friends or people I know actually setting me up. That guy who sold me actually stitched me up there, right? And then the second time I got busted, is my friend set me up. My best friend set it up, so the police busted me flat, like, you know what I mean? And I was only doing medical, look, there's a new Sherry Vera, here's a comment. That's common. Peeps look for someone else to take the heat for what they're doing. Yeah. But it wasn't like that. This guy was actually, he was actually an informant. He was told to inform. He made a phone call before I got nicked. It's ridiculous. And then I got searched outside and I got taken to the police station, wasted £15 down the drain, handed over to Her Majesty's local constabulary. You see where I'm coming from here, guys? I got arrested by something and, like, they're legalising it in Canada and the Queen's in charge. Come on. Right. Okay, so there's my point there, right? People will actually blow us up, even though they're selling the stuff. There's informants who actually sell it and smoke it themselves. There's some serious grasses in this town, to be honest, like. You know what I mean? What we call grasses, like. So I got this letter through my letterbox saying, if you don't get rid of what if you're up to something, we're going to send the police. And I was going, oh my word. But the people, in the block, someone else was using, like, heavy duty, like, smelly weed to try and get me into trouble. It wasn't my weed that smelled. You know, you can't, how can a plant that's just been started smell? You know what I mean? It's got a mild smell, but it won't flood the floor, will it? You know what I mean? It's got to be flowers giving it beans, isn't it? But anyway, that's what I'm saying. The Queen herself is responsible for informants, guys, you know, or the setup, you know, the aristocracy and the Metropolitan Police or whatever. They actually fund informants, don't they, to grass each other, you know, to grass people up, right? Okay. So anyway, I did that little experiment just to see, and I had to trash that plant. I just trashed it and killed it, you know what I mean? I thought, okay, they're thinking of coming and busting me over this silly little plant. I've learned enough now. I won't do that again, you know what I mean? I found out the block is full of grasses, you know what I mean? Someone's watching me who's going to snitch me up, you know? So I trashed the plant. I thought, forget the medical research. Forget it, you know what I mean? Just go back to CBD oil or whatever. Like, now, we all know how brilliant that honestly, it's amazing stuff, right? So, my first question, why is it so expensive? We took all this time to get to the point of them like admitting that it's medically brilliant. They don't want to admit it because it means that they should have to legalise it, shouldn't they? Right? It shouldn't be a crime, guys. It's not. There's nothing criminal in administering cannabis. There's nothing criminal in that act. I don't get what anyone says, right? So speaking up for people on behalf of people to legalise cannabis, right? Medical. It cures cancer. It does all kinds of things, right? Now, here's my amazing little find, right? While I was doing all my medical research and that, someone said to me, you know John Moores University in Liverpool? And I was like, yeah. He said, they've got a medical research centre there, right? And they actually grow cannabis plants. And, with a view to medical research so they can cure illnesses and everything. All these illnesses that are still happening, right, folks, And I was like, nah. And he went, and this person said, you can actually see them. And I was like, nah, you can actually see the plants. He said, yeah, when you go past on a bus or something, you ever go past John Moores University, the medical research centre, which isn't my medical research centre because it's all been sorted by now. Everyone will be getting cured by now, you know what I mean? But he said, on the roof, there's glass houses, like greenhouses, and they've got plants growing, like, and I'm like, proper cannabis plants. And he's like, full-blown, big bud, gigantic trees, like, right. So it obviously, and remember, this is nothing to do with John Moore. All this has started happening after John Moore was long gone, right? It's nothing to do with him personally, but it's named after him, the centre, right? It's not to do with him. He probably want it to be legalised or whatever, wouldn't he? You know what I mean? Say, let them use it for themselves, medicine or whatever. It's up to themselves. Like, he's a good fella, like. John Moore, salute, one of Liverpool's finest rich men, you know what I mean? A great fella, like, right? But anyway, someone says, in the medical centre, on the roof, if you go past on a bus or anything, you'll see it, like, there's greenhouses on the roof, actual greenhouses. Like, I was thinking, wow, I find that hard to believe, right, guys? So, I'm on the bus going to a college in Liverpool when I was studying for networking on computers, right? At a place called Edge Lane in Liverpool, right? And when you're on the bus in Edge Lane, you go past the university and everything, right? And I'm on this bus. Oh yeah, how's that, Julie, how's it going? Jules, yo, Bruce, yo, yo, Julie, how's it going? My sister's just joined us. Yo, Bruce, I didn't think you'd be up this late, Jule. All right. So I'm on the bus, right, and I'm heading towards going to Edge Lane College in Liverpool, and in my mind I'm thinking, oh wow, let's see if these cannabis plants are on the people are telling the truth on the they're on the roof in this centre in Liverpool, right? So the bus goes right past it, right, and the bus stopped at like on the corner right by the centre, like, and you can see like pointed like glass houses are on the roof, like with like just watch Karate Kid with Danny. I'm Mr. Miyagi. Danielson. I will show how to play guitar, Danielson. All right. Right. I'm on the bus and I'm looking up at the roof and I could see the greenhouses, man, right? And they're like, like 600 watt lights and everything. They're like the catching flies with turd on chopsticks. Don't make me laugh, Joe. I'm trying to speak. I'll stop laughing my head off. Right. So I could see it for myself on the roof, right? And the lights are like 600 watt lights, right? Like big, massive things, right? So they're literally, right, just think about this, right, guys? Say, because I don't think John Moore would be involved in any of this, do you know what I mean? I'm saying, okay, they've got all these plants on the roof, right? They've got the weeds to do the research. We all know the CBD oils in all the shops and everything, and everyone's sussed it out that it's medicinal, right? Why is it still illegal? Why hasn't that college declared that it should be made legal? Because they should know, shouldn't they? If they've got a ton of cannabis plants on their roof, and I mean like real proper, THC cannabis, like on the roof of the college, if they've got all these massive plants on the roof, right, and they still haven't worked out that it cures diseases, then I think the royalty is trying to block it being allowed, isn't it? You know what I mean? The royalty must be in the way, not allowing it to be legalised, right? Now, the way it's done, John Moore is Roger Moore's brother. Wow, you kidding me? Nah. Oh my word, you kidding me? Is that true? But anyway, I was thinking that while that medium of all them plants is on that roof, right, folks, right, I don't know if anyone's ever tried growing weed in the area, right, but if you ever put you put the weed in some kind of tent or whatever, like if you're in another place or whatever, right, and you know what usually happens? A helicopter flies over, the police helicopter, it usually goes like, and it gets you paranoid straight away. You start thinking straight away, saying, hang on, how could they know that was there? How can did they fly over knowing that this plant is in my, do you know what I mean? It's like, but if they've got a load of plants on a roof in Liverpool, right, the medium's there, isn't it? It's like, it's not there because they're doing medical research, because no one's being told anything about anything medical, guys. No one from Liverpool's declaring, like, this will cure this illness and that will cure that arthritis, whatever, migraines, all the things that it can do. Here, a company called British Sugar is licensed to grow, mate, as far as I know. Wow. Google, Paul Kenward, weed and his company has a license. His missus is a politician. Oh, my word. Do you see what I'm saying? They're keeping it to themselves, aren't they? They're keeping it to themselves. They're not letting us, for ourselves, do it for ourselves, are they, right? If they've got the medium, this is my argument, right? If we're breaking the law, say I had 10 cannabis plants behind me in this room, right? And while I was talking, like the Americans or the Canadians where it's all legalised. Say I had 10 cannabis plants behind me in this room, right? Right. Why am I a criminal in the eyes of the law, right? And the guys who are supposedly doing medical research in that college, in that university, they've got 10, 20, 50, 100 plants on their roof, and they go in and outfit. Why aren't they criminals, guys? What's the difference between me and them? Why aren't they seen as criminals, and why am I seen as a criminal? Do you know what I mean? Is that a fair argument, guys? 10 plants behind me. There's 100 plants on a roof in a university in Liverpool. Not one bit of medical research has been shown as if to say, hand this over to the public. They need to, this. We'd all be cured. Loads of people be cured of loads of illnesses and things. And trust me, I know what I'm talking about. I'm not bothered about myself. There's a lot of kids out there. There's kids with leukemia and all kinds of stuff, and they're blocking the possibility the parents could be medicating their own children with the oils and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Remember the kid that had to fight for rights for it to stop his epilepsy and things like that. I mean, it's obvious, isn't it? Right. It's not a criminal act. But anyway, I'm going to show you on Google now, right, guys? I'll have to, if anyone puts any comments up and I can't read them, it's because I'm on another page. But I'll just show you, right, if I can put it on the screen. Right, this is where it gets fun. So I'll show you the actual place if you want to check it yourselves, right, guys? Okay. I did check it a while back, you see. I've got to shrink me ugly head, right? Shrinking head, look, help me. Look, I'll just shrink me head, and so it's got tiny one. Have you ever seen the film Mars Attacks and the Martians shrink the general and he's going and as he shrinks he starts going he shrinks and he starts talking high Hey Julie, by the way, while you're on shrinking head, while you're on, when are you going to send me some bushies? That's what, you know what I did? I contacted ShopRite and I asked them if they could send me a parcel privately if I pay, and they said they don't do it, and they recommended some company to send hampers out and stuff, and I don't know if they'd do it, but, yeah, send us some bushies, Joe, I'll pay you, trying, it's impossible. Nothing's impossible, Julie. Yeah, I'll do like Nicolas Cage impersonate. Nothing's impossible, Julie. Nothing's impossible. Come on, Julie. Send some bushies over here. That's my Nicolas Cage impersonation. No, I might be coming over soon. I might work it out. I might do me gigging soon, so I might be coming over like to play some music. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna buy a big suitcase. I'm gonna get about 50 bottles. I miss it big time. You know what I mean? All right, I've shrunk myself. Let's get another screen on, right? I'm going to show you the university in Tomar, so you can check it yourselves, guys, if you want to go on Google Maps, and I'll show you the exact location, right? You can actually see the greenhouses, right, guys? Okay, and something new to show you, all right? All right, I've got to flick me page and go into another page here, right? And transfer me what's its face over here, right? Okay, here we go. Right, now I assume I can't see what you're saying now, guys, okay, because my screen is obscured, with the Google page, right? Okay, can you see where that's where I am there. There's Bruce's domain there, Birkenhead. Way. Yeah, you know what always reminds me, you ever seen this, guys? Before we go in, zoom back, right? Zoom back. This is the way, show you some insights here on Google Map let's have a little bit of fun on Google Map while I'm here, right? Like I say, guys, if you put any comments up at the moment, I can't read them, okay? I'll have to work something out with the screens later, so I can still see your comments while I'm doing this kind of stuff. But anyway, I'm in the corner of the screen, I assume. The little picture's still there, I don't know. Doesn't really matter. I'm an ugly bastard anyway. But look at this for an observation, right? While we're up high, look, here we are. This is where we are. This is England. The United Kingdom. No, this is Gaul. 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 And this is Gaul. I am a Gaul. Even the Alaman. Julie, you are here. Julie is here. I am here. Look, my sister's there. Douglas, I am here. This is fun, this, isn't it? Right, but listen, look at my observation here, guys. This is a little observation I always had, like, when you look at a map and you see things no one else will see. Right, my dad used to say this, listen to this one for an observation, what my old man used to say, right? This is what my dad used to say. See this map here, right? He'd go, you see that there, that bit there, and that bit there, and that bit? Doesn't that look like a pig? You say, look, there's the pig's nose, there's his ear, and there's his front paw, his front leg. And you go, don't he look like a pig, right? But there's a man behind doing something strange to it, you know what I mean? Look, a pig, like a very shady pig farmer, look. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had some pigs. You see it, man. You see the pig's head and the little leg. As if, like, some guy's riding the pig. I think that's what my dad was implying. Like, I think that's what he was saying. Like, I don't know. But this is my observation on a similar level. You get me there with the man doing something naughty to a pig. Well, this is, like, my observation, right? See this, man? Because of that little star there, it's in the way. It's like a little marker for the Revolver nightclub, like. Shouldn't really... Can I remove that? I don't know how you do it anymore, like. But look, man, think about this, man. Do you know when you see little babies in the womb? When you see footage of babies in someone's womb, it's like what do you call it? Like an X-ray or whatever, and you can see babies and they're still in the womb, right? Just imagine like a baby in the womb, yeah, right? And that's the head there. Look, there's the forehead is there. And that's the nose there, right, where Liverpool is, the city centre, and there's the chin there, right, and it's looking at its thumb or its fingernail, its fingerprints or its thumb there, see, like that? That's like a baby looking at his thumb or its, like, little hand. That's the hand, you see? See the way I see it? See this? Can you see it? So, like, the baby looking at his hand. Whittle is the hand, and the eye is there looking at, like, going, like, looking at the hand, like, you know what I mean? That's the way I see it, like. It's mad, isn't it? You can see it there, you see, like, that's there's the hair, look, see there, and there's the forehead. Obviously, you know what I mean, like, a baby. I can't believe it. All right, we're going to zoom in, right, folks. Here we go. Here's the fun part. Let's zoom into Liverpool city centre and let's show where this college is. Okay, what we're looking for? We're looking for as a land as a reference. Here we go. Liverpool Metropolitan Cathedral. Right, where's the you know, the Catholic Cathedral? Where's that? Where is it? Come on. Right, there's Lime Street, right? Edge Hill, right? Edge Hill, Edge Lane, right? Liverpool Metropolitan Cathedral. Yeah, Liverpool Metropolitan Cathedral. And while I'm here, guys, I can show you some other observations about this look. Now, guys, I'm not knocking Catholics or anything. I'm going to say all this, guys. I'm just being like, I actually want Catholics to be free, do you know what I mean? To be free from the Vatican, like so. But have you ever noticed this, guys? Look at that, right? This is meant to be, it's called Paddy's Wigwam. It's meant to be a modern cathedral dedicated, you know, for the Catholics, right? Why are the two pyramids there, guys? You understand there? You've seen there? Look on the gates. Right, you go down onto the road. I'll zoom in because I'm on this route. Just where, you know, I'm on the bus going to the college, right? See the pyramids there? Has anyone ever noticed that? Why are the Egyptian pyramids flanking the stairwell up to a cathedral? Right, and I'll show you what I mean, like. Because we'll turn right on street level, right? There's the main university there, see? The whole place is all, you know, it's all interlinked, isn't it? Right, but look, there you go, look. Look at them pyramids there, man. There's one there. And one there. Did you ever notice that? Did anyone ever notice that? There was giant pyramids. That's the thingy. And you see all this bit at the bottom, that's the original. It was, you know, that's as much as they built of what was going to be the original cathedral. They never got round to it until they built that on top of it. But the catacombs are all underneath, right? There's catacombs underneath. There's pyramids on the roof, look. A lot of people don't notice it, right, guys? I'm very observant, you know what I mean, with stonemasonry and stuff. Okay, let's go along here, man, towards the medical centre. Makes a bit of a change, doesn't it, to my usual videos? See, it's all loads of campuses and things all connected to the university. Look, University Liverpool, right? Now, you got to be on a bus. When you're on a bus driving along here, you only got to look out the window and you can see it all, you know what I mean? Now, where is it? Whereabouts is it? Let's have a look. I think it's there. I think that's the place. Right, I think that's it there, look. That's the medical centre. Right? Whether it's that one or this one here, right? Now, what we'll do is I'll go up above the roof so you can see what I'm talking about onto the roof. Oh, I hate it when it does that, you know, it goes into 3D. There they are. There, look. Right? Try and zoom in. Now, there they are. Now, look at them. Right? They're greenhouses, guys. You know, if you can climb on the roof of this place and you're a pothead. Look at the size of them. They're massive. Greenhouses, the plants inside are massive, right? Now, you see if I zoom back again, right? Right, you see there's a bit of a space there. You see this building here? It makes it difficult to see these on the roof. When you're on the road here, you know, when you're actually on the road in front of it, on the bus or whatever. Look, biosciences, there we go, look. Biosciences Building, University of Liverpool. They're working on plants all this time, on cannabis plants all this time. And they still haven't found a cure for cancer. I don't give a flying banana skin what they say. I think they're lying. I think they're telling lies because cancer makes money, you understand? I think it makes money, you know what I'm saying? Cancer research, all that kind of business. Why have they got cancer research going on when we know we can cure it there, like? Right, so go back down to the road. Yeah, the bus was there. The bus stops there somewhere, right? About there, right? Right, and you notice when you're looking up from the ground, you can't see it, can you, look? You can't see it. You know, it's up there. It's kind of out of sight. But if you're upstairs on the bus or you're on a higher level or a little bit further back, all you can see is all these like 600 watt lights and actual cannabis plants through the glass. You can look at them. You can't see them there, can you? You know what I mean? Look, see. They're not visible at all. Right, so go up above it again. See? You go there, and look at the size of them, guys. You'd imagine like the size of a man is about, let's see if we can get even close now. That's as close as I can get, right? If you imagine the size of a man is about like 6 foot there, that like sort of grey level's about 6 foot there, maybe 4 to 6 foot, right? And that's like, we're talking like, I think they're about 20 foot high. They're 20 foot high, them guys. They're full of cannabis plants. There's obviously something else in there. You know, they've obviously got other plants in there and other stuff for research, for medical research. Why are we still trying to find cures for cancer and stuff, guys, when all that's there? I want to know, like, but this is my spin on it, right? The reason they put that there on that roof, right? The excuse is it's for medical science. It's, you know, they're trying to research what's going on in the world to cure diseases and all that. We still haven't found cures for cancer. Weed is still illegal. We're still deemed as criminals. These guys aren't criminals, though. These guys aren't criminals. They've got, like, tons of the stuff there. It's exactly the same, isn't it? They're growing weed, aren't they? But they've got a license to do it, right? Right? Still no cure for cancer, nothing like that, right? What was the other thing? I was just gonna say something. I lost my train of thought. Oh man. But yeah, when you're on the bus here, when you're on the road here, you can only just see it. You've got to like say the bus comes down the road here, like you can sort of see them from this angle, and then it goes about here, and you look out the windows, and you can just see the lights and that, you know, right? Oh, that's what I was going to say. I think the reason they do this, right? This setup, which is, look at it, man. It could be one greenhouse with a couple of plants in, couldn't it? You only need one cannabis plant to research cannabis, don't you, right? Why have they got all like hundreds of them? You only need one plant, right? You know why I think they've done this? They've probably got every strain, you know, every popular strain, like, you know, Big Bud or, you know, I don't know, OG this, Kush or whatever. They've probably got every single strain in there, right? So that, you know, if anyone in the vicinity in Merseyside is growing weed in the houses and it gets picked up, because they've got them there on that roof, they've got the medium of the plants and the lights and all the stuff that most of us would do if we could. They can use this medium to monitor anyone else who's trying to do it in Merseyside, can't they? It's like and they send the helicopter out to, yeah, there's another one there. That's greenhouses as well. They're greenhouses as well. Right, honestly, guys, they're filled with weed. Right? So, do you understand what I'm saying? The reason the cops have set this up, the cops have got to be in on it. They've got that there so that if anyone in the area has actually got a likewise setup in their bedrooms or whatever, they can detect it. Do you get me? Like, the medium exists it's legally, no one can stop them. No one can take their plants down, take their lights away and all that. But they can say, like, say I'm growing like a particular strain. They've probably got that plant there and it like goes, there's a man in Birkenhead, he's growing the strain now. You know what I mean? It's like, because cannabis plants have got a kind of life. They're just like any people who are into gardening and plants and flowers. You know that they're alive and they listen and they sort of communicate to people, don't they? When I used to do that, you know, when I was doing medical research myself, doing some hemp and that, like, I used to talk to the plants and that, like. I talk to them, like. But isn't that interesting, guys, right? All that stuff, all that weed there, right, guys. Yeah, look, University of Liverpool Life Science Building. That's that one there, isn't it? So this is the bio one. And yeah. So all that stuff there, and they still can't work out. That, like, and yeah, it's in the shops, in the CBD oil and all that in the shops. And they still, but I'll zoom up now in case you want to check it yourselves. There's the University of Liverpool Life Science Building, Liverpool. Okay, if you just want to show people, but you know, you can't see the lights, can you? You can't see any glow. I can't understand that. You know, this photograph should show, like, you know, you'd be able to see orange glow, because they have it on in the daytime as well, guys. The lights are on all day, you know what I mean? And obviously they go off at night time, don't they? You know, because it's a greenhouse. They've got a greenhouse using natural sunlight, aren't they? And they've got lights as well. So do you see what they're doing? They're creating a medium to make sure they can monitor anyone in the Merseyside area that's attempting to doing it, right? And their little friends, their little informants out there, like I told you about, guy who was selling it, and he actually phoned the police on me. They've got the little informants out there who let people know as well what's going on, haven't they? You know what I mean? I mean, I don't care what anyone says. I'm speaking medicinally here, guys. I'm not speaking as a stoner or nothing like that. I'm way past all that business now, you know. Okay, so we'll get back up into space. Look, let's leave that behind. Back into outer space. Let's go into planet Earth. Look. So someone in Liverpool, man, and I know it's nothing to do with John Moore, mate. You know what I mean? I don't think John Moore would be involved in any of that. If it was John Moore and it was involved, we'd all be like, it'd be curing cancer and everyone, and like, you know, doesn't that look cool, man? Okay, back to the thing. I'll just shrink that now and get back to where we were. Right. Oh, it's very confusing this. I'm seeing there. Right, okay, so there you go, guys. A little bit of interesting information for you. And I would love your opinions, right, folks? Let's see the comments. Oh, yeah. So, hey, Wendy, you there? Yeah, wow, look at that. I'm getting a family. Bruce, show Queen Victoria's Willie outside the courts. Okay. Look, Wendy's on now. Wendy's on. Wendy. God, Jake, Wendy. Ha ha. Yeah, Wendy. Wait, Jules. Wait. Ha. Cannabis plants. Fuck's sake. Never mind that they're growing. Exactly. They're growing COVID as well. Exactly, Wendy. That's exactly. Why haven't they found a cure for that yet? We're all being stitched up, aren't we? You know what I mean? They don't want us to cure our diseases. They don't want us to cure our illnesses. But, you know, I'm the doctor, aren't I? I'm going to work something out. I'm the doctor. Right. Okay, well, Julie's request there. This is funny, this. Any of you guys watching from abroad? You know, here we go. Here's another comment. Mr. Kenwood is managing director of British Sugar, which grows cannabis under contract to GW Pharmaceuticals at its 45-acre greenhouse in Wissington, Norfolk. Oh my word! Can you believe it, guys? Can you actually believe it? It's isn't it bad that it's deemed as a criminal act? Yeah, they're growing coat. Oh my word! What do you know that we don't know, Wend? What do you know that we don't know? As confirmed by British Sugar, the cannabis is for production of Epidiolex, GW's epilepsy medicine, which is understood to be 98 cannabinoidal CBD. Yeah. It cures epilepsy, you're right, mate. It cures all kinds of things, but they won't. Like, the CBD is all that's necessary. My brother argues with me, right? He reckons that the THC is necessary for the medicine element. It's not right. The THC, all it does, you know, like when you go to the shop and you buy a cough medicine and you've got a choice of like drowsy or non-drowsy, right? Well, in the cannabis world of medicine, right? Your non-drowsy is the hemp or the CBD, right? And your drowsy is the THC, right? Now, if you don't mind being stoned or you don't mind being drowsy, just like if you take medicine, it's up to yourself, isn't it? You've got the choice to choose if you want to be stoned while you're medicating, you know what I mean, right? But some people don't want to be stoned, do they? So they choose non-drowsy, right? That's what the hemp's there for. The plant has got it all in it, ready for everyone to use, you know what I mean, right? It's all there for everyone to use. But I think Her Majesty the Queen, and I'm not being anarchic or anything like that, guys. I'm not being like, you know, it's not about that. It's about, I think they don't want us to suss out curing illnesses because they don't like the poor people catching up to them, folks, you know what I mean? It's called Cornway's Nursery. It's plain as day on Google Maps and well documented in loads of the newspapers. Man, it's unreal, isn't it? So they've got one world for them and another world for us, right? Now, here's the crazy thing, guys. You go into town and you look at news agents now. You can look at the news agents, can't you? And in the window, there's like vape machines and grinders and pipes and bongs, right? Loads of cannabis paraphernalia in the window, stacked up like, don't you? You see it everywhere now, these like shops, man. I'm not knocking them, you know what I mean? Who's buying the stuff? You know, obviously there's like thousands of people in the area who all want weed, isn't there? There's no way they're going to get rid of it, even if they can keep it illegal forever, right? But they're not going to stop people doing it on the underground, are they? You know what I mean? There's no way that's going to stop. I could stop doing weed and not give a... I don't care. I don't miss it. I don't need it, right? But the potheads out there aren't going to... not going to stop, are they? It's up to them if they want to do it, you know what I mean? What's the point in keeping it illegal? So, and why is it legal in Canada? That's my big question. Why is it illegal in the Queen's Commonwealth country of Canada and not in England? I think we've got to buy this. It's checkmate on the chessboard there, guys. We've got the Queen by the short and curlies on the chessboard there. I'm the knight saying, someone saying, go ahead, Martinez. My sisters, that's me. My two sisters are on at the moment, mate. If you Martinez. My elder sister, Godchick Wendy, is saying, go ahead, Martinez. It's good, this. It's the first time I've had a live thread with everyone's talking. It's crazy. How many views are there at the moment? Let's have a look. 3 watching, so there's only Wendy, Julie and Martinez on at the moment, and we're having a little... And then, of course, there's me, number 4. Well, yeah, it's good fun, this, isn't it? I'm going to try and set up StreamYard, guys, so I can invite people to come on me channel and talk with me, split screen, so we can all talk. I'm trying my best to get on, suss the technology out so I can get, instead of us putting comments there, we could all be on the screen talking to each other. It'd be fun, wouldn't it? Like Skype sort of thing. I'll work it out. I'll sort it out, like. You've probably got the technology on the phones to do it or whatever, on the iPads and stuff. I've got to work out on my PC, you know what I mean? And meet you halfway. Okay, now Julie, my sister, asked me to show everyone the Queen Victoria's penis. Okay, put your hand in the buckets if you're watching. All right, hey, my mother and your mother were hanging out their clothes. My mother gave your mother a punch on the nose. What colour was her blood? Green. Green, and have you got it on you? Do you remember that when we used to dip to... Oh man, this is funny, isn't it, man? Something is definitely happening on the moon. Wow, of course. I've just got a notice there, Bright Insight, a channel called Bright Insight, just popped up, and it's like he's just posted a video called Something is Definitely Happening on the Moon. Guys, I've got some amazing stories to tell about the moon. I'm telling you, it's got like, man, yeah, this is cool, isn't it? I can't believe it. Where's John? Have you noticed John's not here? Why isn't John watching me? Hey, he probably is watching, but he doesn't want us to know. John, are you watching secretly there? Hey, Leonardo DiCaprio, are you watching there and you're not letting us know? Come on. I can see you. It's John watching, like. No one landed on the moon. Wow, Wendy, I can actually prove that they did. Yeah, right. But I also, I can also explain all the dodgy stuff as well. Like, you know what I mean? Now that's a fucking conspiracy. No one landed on the moon. I've got proof of them landing on the moon and stuff, like, but it is like a personal opinion, you know what I mean? Everyone's entitled to their opinions and that, like. There's no way I'm going to go around dictating to people, like. Here's my first argument, here's what you think about this for the question, Wendy, right? You're an intelligent person, right? If they didn't land, if the moon landing was faked, right? If all the moon landing was faked, Apollo 11 was a fake, Apollo 12 was a fake, they were all in a studio, right? Why would they fake Apollo 13 not landing on the moon and failing and having to come back? Is that not a good question? Why, what would be the point of them faking not landing on the moon in Apollo 13? If everything was faked, Apollo 13, they would have landed on the moon, wouldn't they? Exactly the same as everyone else. It would have been a success, wouldn't it? Because obviously, if they're faking it, I could have landed on the moon, couldn't I? I said, like, the Apollo, what was the last one? Apollo 17 is like, Apollo 18 has just landed on the moon. Bruce has just sent a message back. It's good. Everything's okay. He's found some moon rocks and that. That was another fake, but a bloody great film. Oh. No, but listen, Wend. Why would they fake not landing on the moon? Do you understand? I can understand them faking landing on the moon, right? Why would they fake not landing on the moon? What would be the point of it? You know, and the proof, have you seen my video? It's a video on my channel called They Landed on the Moon. Check it out. Just type in They Landed on the Moon roller coaster ride. And I go into it, right, and I explain other things about Stanley Kubrick's input. You know, the way people reckon Stanley Kubrick set up a false stage and that was it. Well, I explain everything, guys, you know what I mean? I do actually talk about it in great detail, like, if anyone's interested in it, right? But anyway, for Julie's request, let's show our viewers who may be not familiar with Liverpool, Queen Victoria's penis. Right. Okay. If I can do it, I think I can, like. Right. Okay. Now, while there's Wendy. Come on. For say, they apparently went like a catapult around the moon to get back. No fucking way. I'll explain it. We'll have a discussion. It's a good idea. I'm actually up for arguing. I actually love to hear people's suggestions. All right. I've got my own reasons for how I know. You want me to tell you my main reason how I know they walked on the moon? When do you want me to tell you the main reason? I wrote to Ed Mitchell, the Apollo 14 astronaut, and I didn't write to him. I could have wrote to any of them. I could have, if they were still alive, right? I could have wrote to any of them, right? I wrote to Ed Mitchell because he was an expert in noetic sciences and stuff like that, right? And he claimed that secretly behind NASA's back, he told his friend to do an ESP experiment while he was on the moon, right? And apparently, he actually sent an ESP signal. They were both experts. They were heavily into ESP, you know what I mean? He opened a university called the Institute of Noetic Sciences. Ed Mitchell, right? He was the sixth man to walk on the moon, right? If you believe they walked on the moon, right? Apollo 14. I wrote a letter to him, right? And he actually wrote back to me. I've got his signature and everything, right? Now, a couple of days after he wrote to me, right, I got an ESP signal from him, right? You know, like a delayed ESP signal, like his memory, right? I was sitting down with my eyes closed, chilled out. I wasn't expecting it, nothing like that, right? This was after I got the letter off the guy, you know what I mean? ESP is my actual title. Yeah, of course. We've always had ESP, haven't we? Right. Have you ever seen it? Or have I been meaning to tell you this, When? Have you ever seen a film called Akira, a cartoon? Japanese cartoon called Akira. Go ahead, bro. See, we've always had ESP. We're like the ESP elite. Right, but anyway, Ed Mitchell sent me. I actually seen through the visor of an astronaut. Do you understand? I wasn't looking through a camera. I wasn't looking through a television screen. I had my eyes closed, and I could clearly see. Right, you know, when you look, if I was looking around and I was the actual astronaut looking around with no eyeballs, not on a camera view, I could see through his visor, man. Right, and I could see the view, and he was looking at the other astronaut walking around, and I could see his viewpoint. You know what I mean? It was like. It's one of the most mind-blowing things I've ever seen in my mind, you know what I mean? Can't be doing with Japanese cartoons, but yeah, you have ESP. No, this is my point about the Japanese cartoon, right? There's three psychic kids, and they're not Japanese in the cartoon. It is just a cartoon. It's about if when Tokyo, you know, when they nuked Hiroshima and all that, like. It's about if there was a war in the future and they actually nuked Tokyo, right? And it's a place called Neo Tokyo, you know, it's set in the future and it's all been nuked and that, and then they've rebuilt and that, like, so there's all these underground networks and stuff, right? It's not like a mind-blowing film. It's not like, I wouldn't say it's a great film. It'll blow your mind in that sense, right? But you've got to watch it, right? Because there's three kids, right? And they're all psychic. Right, and the Japanese military used them because they used these three kids because they're psychic, right? But they're not Japanese kids. Do you know what I mean? And there's a girl and two boys. That's all I'm going to say, right? Because we could have been nuked in the 70s and we didn't even know it, you know. We could have been murdered in our beds, as my dad used to say. My dad used to say, we'll all get murdered in our beds. I'd be like, what's he talking about? That's not very reassuring, is it? Liverpool Football Club. Yeah. But I recommend it when watch it, right? Just to see the psychic kids. Okay, I've been telling I've been telling John to watch it, right? And it's probably, like the three kids, we're all like, it all matches up with us three, you know, me, you and John at the time when we were little. Obviously Julie would have been too young to be involved, if you know me, might not even been born. But I watched these, someone told me to watch the cartoon and I didn't even want to watch it, and I said, so when someone suggested it to me, they went, have you ever seen a film Akira, Bruce? And I was like, nah, why would you? You know, not really, no. And he was like, check it out, man, you might find it interesting. Like, when I watched it, like I say, it's not a mind-blowing movie, you know, it's a bit like crappy animation in a way, but it was pioneering for the day, yeah. It's a bit like, what's it called, you know, I don't know what it's called, the Japanese comics. But it's the three psychic kids, you've got to see it, like... And the three of them are all kind of, you know, they've been deformed by something, you know what I mean? The kid that looks like me is like a skeleton kid, you know what I mean? Right? And he's even got a letter B on his jumper, you know, his little blazer he's wearing, he's got a letter B on his back, like a little badge with a letter B, you know what I mean? But he's not a Japanese kid, you know what I mean? Oh, it's crazy, like, and there's like one that looks like our John, right? And he's in a flying wheelchair. If that doesn't make you want to watch it, if that doesn't make you want to watch it, nothing will. To see a lookalike of our John in a flying wheelchair. John hasn't watched it. I've told him. I remembered it. Watched loads of that stuff in Japan. See, you saw in Japan. Did you see Akira in Japan? Was it you or John with me when we sneaked downstairs in the early hours? It was me. Oh yeah. Oh, that was creepy, wasn't it? I did it. Here's another one. When I did it on my own one night. You know, we always used to do it, didn't we? We'd always try and sneak out of bed and go downstairs. I did it on my own once, and I was sitting on the sofa, right? And you know, in the chair where my mum and dad usually sat, I could hear someone's nostrils going. I could hear someone breathing on the chair and there was no one there, and I actually shit myself and ran to bed. That was ourselves. We shot ourselves. Yeah, we actually shit ourselves. We've seen some creepy stuff, haven't we, you know? Alright, I'll just, while I'm putting this big screen on, right, haunted for sure. Definitely Birkenhead's horrible, isn't it? You know, there's some creepy stuff, man. Think about it, you know, the flat I'm living in here, I think one of the person was thrown off the veranda back in the 80s, you know what I mean? It's quite an eerie thought wave. I'm not sure if it's this flat or one on the corner there, you know, but I think someone was thrown off my veranda once, like, you know. Not very reassuring thought, is it? Alright, I'm going to shrink the screen. I'm going to show Julie's request. In the living room, didn't you see Dad lean on that pissed and felt, yeah, he came in and, he leaned on the sofa, behind the sofa, and he was drunk, and he just slid down, like, sideways, and just crashed into the swing and that, like... I've got a good speech about my dad. I've got some, you know, the stuff I've got to talk about Duke with my dad. Oh man, it's so funny. You know what Duke punished me dad, didn't he? He really gave him a hard time. Yeah, Sherry Vera's going, okay, bye Sherry Vera, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it, thanks. Okay, before I get off, right folks, I'll just show Julie's request of Queen Victoria's penis, if anyone's watching and they're interested. Right, I won't be able to read your comments while I change the screen, right folks, okay, so I'll just flick the screen, go back to Google, right, hold on, oh, it's a pain in the arse doing all this business, man. It's like, it takes a bit of know-how and patience. Flick it to this side, right, okay, Queen Victoria's penis, right, we're in outer space, look. Look at all those stars, look at the Milky Way, okay, where we going? We're in space, we're flying around the Earth. Now, let's go. Where are we going? Destination. Queen Victoria's penis. Destination, Queen Victoria's penis. Okay, look at that. Look at it. It actually, look at that, man. It shows you the actual time. See the way it's night time there. See the way the Terminator line is there, and it's all lit up. Europe is all lit up because it's night time, right? But as soon as you start zooming in, that's actual time now. How it looks, how the Earth looks now, like, right? As soon as you zoom in, look, it goes to daylight. You see, it's sort of, you know, it'd be cool if you could zoom in. It was still night time, wouldn't it? And then you've got the choice to say daytime or night time, wouldn't it? So you could see the street lights and that, like. But anyway, here we go. We're going to Liverpool. Are you watching? Everybody watching? We're going to Liverpool. We're going to see Peters. Right, so we want it on 2D. We're on 3D at the moment. Right, 2D. Right, so see it goes flat like that, right? Okay, I'm zooming. Like I say, I can't read any comments at the moment, so... Okay. Right, we get to Liverpool. And we're going to get to the museum. What are we looking for? What are we looking for? What am I actually looking for? Where's the law courts? Where's the law courts? Come on, Brucey. Come on, come on, come on. Where's it, Bruce? Come on. Where's the law courts? Come on. Water Street. What am I thinking of? Cavern Club. The Cavern Club. Oh, man. Where are we? Just got me bearings. Right, there's Liverpool 1 there. Right, there we go. There we go. Okay. Right, we're going in. Going to James Street. There's the statue there, everybody. The Queen Victoria Monument in Liverpool, right? The Queen Victoria Monument in Liverpool. Right? And then when you zoom in... Oh, get out the way. When you zoom into the ground... And you've got to be standing about here, haven't you, right? Okay, we're on the ground. Wow, there's Julie in the street. Walk past. There's Julie. What's going on? Yeah, all right. Now, is it visible? Let's see. Okay, let's see. Let's try and zoom in. You can just about see it, can't you, folks? There it is, look. There it is. See there? She's holding like a staff, by the way. You know, she's actually holding a staff, you know, like a staff on it. That's just the beginning. But look, you can clearly see her bell end, can't you? She's got a bell end and everything. Can you see it? Let's see if I can... it's the perfect angle, isn't it? We're at the perfect angle, like. But it looks dead dark, doesn't it? You know, the image is dark, isn't it? Do you reckon... Look, it looks like her face is blurred, as though they blurred it, so you can't tell who it is. No, it's just because of the... Yeah, you can still see a penis there, can't you? Like, but I've got to go. Yeah, there you go. That's Queen Victoria's penis there, folks. You've got to stand up from that angle. If you look at it in any other angle, you can't see it. Like, it's just it's just a famous thing in Liverpool that we're all familiar with, right? Yeah. Oh, that horrible belch down you. I went, like, oh man, sorry about that. Anyone could hear that, like. Apologies to anyone with headphones on. I had to put up with that then. Yeah, folks, look at this. Before I get off the Google map, I'll show you something in Liverpool, right? That I love it. Like, this is something of childhood memory. And I'll ask Wendy or Julie, have you ever seen these? Right, where's the town hall? We go there, don't we? Right, town hall down there. We're going to Water Street, right? Water Street. Water Street, here we go. Oh, it had to do that, didn't it? It had to just flip to there, didn't it? Right. Right, you ever seen these doors? Where is it? There they are. Look at the bus in the way. So if we go a little bit further, will the bus go? No, look at that. The bus is in the way. Look at the foot the advert is. It's Brad Pitt doing Ad Astra. Brad Pitt, Ad Astra. I watched that the other night in R. John's. It was quite good, like, you know what I mean? John didn't like it. I thought, oh man, I can't believe that. Look, I moved back and the doors I want to show you are actually open. It's actually open, like, so what do we do? We'll go back. How do we go backwards? If I go forwards, the bus will come back. Look, see, the bus has come back if I go backwards. Right. But have you ever seen these gates? either Wendy or Julie. I can't read the comments at the moment, so I'll wait till I've got off the screen and I'll ask you. Yeah, there you go. See these doors here? With the big tigers on. See that? Have either of you ever seen that? It's number 7, Water Street. And look, they're like big, huge skull. They're like life-size. They're like the size of actual tigers or lions. And the metal are amazing. There's 2 of them identical, like twins, right? And they're on metal doors. And they've always blown my mind. I remember them as a kid whenever I went to Liverpool on my own or with anyone. I always used to go have a look at them and that, like, and used to think they were amazing, right? Oh, John had never ever seen them, you know what I mean? When I put pictures of them on my photograph website, Photo Crowd. I put pictures of it. I took pictures of it the other week, and loads of people loved the photographs, you know what I mean? They thought they were brilliant, like. And then, I said to John, he goes, wow, they're amazing, them. I've never seen them before. And I was like, haven't you ever seen that? Those doors in Liverpool. Have you ever been... Well, he's obviously been to Liverpool, like. But okay, let's shrink this now and go off it, right? Let's get back on me. Check your comments. Right, wow, loads, man. Look, she really has got a willy. Why has she got a willy? Hey, get that. We know that woman in EastEnders used to go, "Ooh, you found my willy." It's like they're talking about Queen Victoria. Like, okay, back up on the full screen. Okay, right. I haven't. I'm rubbish with Liverpool. You haven't seen them doors, and have you seen them, Wend? So yes, she knows the doors. Yeah, wow. Aren't they mind blowing? You know what I mean? They're a really nice work. Like they're like a proper work of art. You know what I mean? It's like I don't expect Julie to go wandering around Liverpool, do I? You know what I mean? But John, you should know them, shouldn't he? You know what I mean? I expect John to know them doors, like the doors. You know what I mean? Like the doors. But I've always wondered, are they lions or tigers? You know what I mean? I do. I'm very observant. Have you ever noticed the statue at the back of that one? It's in like that square. It's not far. It's like it's a war memorial. I think it's the Lord Nelson Memorial or something. It's called, I think. And there's actually a statue of death, like a skeleton, like trying to put it, like hang on to the soldiers that are supposed to be dying. Oh, it's quite eerie, like. But I'm thinking, hang on, if these people are putting this into the statues, aren't they conceiving it in reality? You know what I mean? They're putting death in the actual statues, you know what I mean? It's like quite strange. Okay, I'm going to get off now, folks. I know we're having a bit of a laugh, but it's because I'm a bit late in here, you know what I mean? I'm like I say, my room there's no wallpaper or carpet. It echoes like an echo chamber. I'm more familiar with London. Yeah, in Cotton Exchange, that war statue, yeah. It's eerie, isn't it? The skeleton, and he's like trying to hang on to the dying soldier. It's like, oh man, isn't that eerie? Eerie, Indiana. So yeah, all right. It's getting late. I'll get off now, and I'm putting a load of speeches up. I'll be doing some live streams tomorrow, and I'm going to be talking about the dog. You know, I've got some funny stories about the dog and my dad. You probably already know it yourselves. I don't know, like, how much I've told you about it, like, but obviously me viewers on my channel will not know anything about it, like, and I got some feedback from the last speech I did about you jumping over the fences. You know, someone said, like, that reminds me of my dog, that, like, like a nut jobs and that, like, you know. So, okay. Let's, yeah, night. That's an old one, isn't it, When? Nighty night. Are you all right in yourself? Like, are you all right in yourself? That was the saxophone player from the Glitter Band, believe it or not, said that to me. He used to be in the Glitter Band in the 70s, the saxophone player. I think it was him, like. It's mad, isn't it? All right, I'm getting off. Thanks for watching, anyone, right? And obviously my sisters. I don't even know how to do an emoji, you know. That's how green I am. I'm like, man, I'm a woolly back, aren't I? I'm a proper woolly back. Okay. All right, then. I'll be getting off. I'll getting my head down. And thanks for watching, everyone. like I say, it's good to see. Isn't this fun being able to, like, talk online? It's quite comical, isn't it, really? So we've made a breakthrough tonight. 3 of us have actually spoke. Nice night, Bruce. Boss live stream. Excellent. Okay, then. I'll be getting off right now. And nighty night. Sweet dreams, everyone. Thanks for watching. And I'll be back tomorrow with some really funny stuff about Duke. I mean, like, funny. Right, there's 3 actually watching. So whoever the 3rd person is, thanks for watching. And I'll get this posted up right away. So, thanks a lot. Cheers, and I'll be back tomorrow. Vote Roller Coaster Ride Party.